So over the last few months we have been covering the stories of the villains of the Power Rangers universe. So far we have covered Rita, Lord Zed and Goldar. And after the Goldar video we had a bunch of requests to cover Scorpina next. So here we go, we will cover her full story including some parts of the comics, ending with her ultimate fate. Don't forget to let us know in the comments down below which villain you want to see covered next. Okay, let's get into it. Apart from Goldar, Scorpina was Rita's main minion. She was ruthless and dangerous, being used in multiple attacks against the Rangers. Very little is actually known about Scorpina's background, other than that she was a friend of Rita and, according to Babu, did horrible things, including stinging him to the point that he complained about it for 3 weeks. After evil Tommy was defeated by the Dino Megazord and its Mastodon shield, Rita decides that she needs more muscle and summons Scorpina from within a boulder. The Power Rangers later confront her in a warehouse district, but she calls for aid and is joined by a group of putties and eventually overwhelms them. In another fight, once Goldar gets the upper hand against the Dino Megazord, Rita makes Scorpina grow into her giant, hideous monster form. The Megazord is severely weakened by the combined power of Goldar and Scorpina. Jason calls on the Power Sword for an energy boost, and the Megazord gets back on its feet and reclaims the advantage on Goldar and Scorpina. However, Rita then summons the Green Ranger, who has been captured during a second attack on the command center, and also makes him grow. Together, they absolutely decimate the Megazord, and Goldar and Tommy annihilate it with a giant energy beam. Then Goldar and Scorpina later drink to their success over the Rangers in the Moon Palace. However, the Rangers eventually manage to regain their Zords and return Tommy to the side of good, where he joins the Rangers as their 6th Ranger. The first ever 6th Ranger. After transforming Kimberly's grandmother's spinning wheel into the Wheel of Misfortune, Rita sends Goldar and Scorpina down to Earth once again and makes them grow. The individual Zords are no match. Goldar netting up the Tyrannosaurus and energy blasts from Scorpina prevent the other Zords from interfering before they cut it down. Luckily, Tommy breaks free from a putty rope and blasts them down with the Dragon Zord's missile barrage before freeing the Tyrannosaurus Dinozord. Midway through the Zord fight, the wheel arrives and manages to put up a solid fight, even giving the Megazord trouble. It's ultimately destroyed, however, when the Megazord combines with the Dragon Zord and Titanus to form the Dino Ultra Zord in a last-ditch effort for victory, prompting the other villains to retreat. After Jason smashes the Crystal of Nightmares, Goldar and Scorpina teleport down to be grown by Rita once again. The Rangers morph and summon the Megazord, but are completely overwhelmed by the duo, finally getting knocked down by a devastating double jump kick from Goldar. However, they then summon the Power Sword and cut them down before unleashing a finisher. Although the duo survives, they are badly injured and forced to retreat. Then, after the recently repowered Tommy regains his Dragon Dagger, retrieves the Dragon Zord and defeats Goldar in single combat, Rita sends down Scorpina to help Goldar defeat Tommy once and for all. She also, once again, enlarges them into their giant forms. As giants, the two warriors battle Dragon Zord and take an absolute pounding until they realise that they have left the Rangers' stolen power coins unguarded. So they retreat to try and guard them, but Tommy was able to escape with the coins and eventually helps the Rangers get their powers back. Scorpina was also present when Lord Zed returned to the moon, but was absent when he banished Rita and for most of Zed's early endeavours against the Power Rangers. Scorpina was never seen again after the attack and was unaccounted for when Zordon's energy wave was unleashed over the galaxy and destroyed most of the villains and purified Rita, Zed, Divatox and Astronomer. Scorpina's current status would remain unknown for almost 24 years. That's real life years. That is until the release of the Soul of the Dragon comic book. Scorpina returns 33 years after her last appearance as a strange black-cloaked figure calling herself the Witch, supplying the gangs across New Tech City with high-tech weaponry and special Zeo Crystal-esque gems that grant them special powers. However, J.J. Oliver, son of former Green and White Ranger Tommy Oliver, uncovers this scheme inadvertently and he, Anara and Tommy confront her. If you want to know the full story of this comic book, I covered it in a video called What Happened to Tommy Oliver After He Left the Power Rangers. Check that out if you're interested in this comic book. Scorpina was a loud, violent, pompous, arrogant, sadistic loudmouth who enjoyed battering and beating down her enemies. Although vicious enough in her humanoid form, Scorpina became almost feral in her monstrous form as she became arrogant to the point of near mindlessness. However, Scorpina showed some interest in Goldar and appeared to be hugging him at several points. In fact, in the script for the unfinished episode, Zordon I Shrunk the Rangers, Goldar and Scorpina had a date planned, but Zed and Rita forced the two to go on a mission, much to Goldar's dismay and Scorpina's annoyance. Although initially intensely loyal to Rita and Zed, Scorpina's arrogance grew to such a degree that she either wanted to usurp them or at least gain as much clout as them, to the point of trying to steal her spellbooks, which was eventually her undoing. Once she returned to Earth over 30 years after, Scorpina was completely devoted to Lokar and obeying him, although it's never made clear whether she would have betrayed him after she had the power that she desired, though it's very likely that she would have. Okay guys, that is it for the full story of Scorpina. I very much hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know which villain you would like to see covered next. A quick reminder, if you want to support our upcoming live action Power Ranger battles, you can do so over on Patreon, as 100% of the support on there goes directly to the budget of these short videos. Thank you all so much for watching this one. I hope you have a great day, may the power protect you, and I will see you next time on the 6th Ranger.